Hello, this is a watercolor demo. For those of you who don't know how to use watercolor or need to be reminded, this is for you. So I'm going to start out with watercolors, and when you usually, unless they've been used before recently, when you get your watercolors, they're going to be hard and dry. You will not be able to paint with them this way. I mean, I can rub all day long and there's no paint. Watercolor has to have water. So what we're going to do is we're going to get water in our brush, and we're going to start adding drops of water into each color. Now, before I switch to another color, you see that my water is changing color already. I don't want to mix the colors together, so I have to be very careful to rinse my brush really good before I move to the next color. And this takes some time to prep it, but if you do it right, you'll end up with really good paint. And that's the idea here. Now, if I'm doing a wash, which is using really thin paint, I want to add a lot more water. But if I'm trying to make very thick paint, then I don't have to add as much. But each one I'm going to give a stir. The longer the water sits on the dry paint, the more it will soak in like a sponge and really make the paint go a lot longer. But we're just going to add more water and more water. Really important not to mix the colors, especially when you know that someone is going to come into the class right behind you and they're going to use the same art supplies that you used, and they don't want brown in every spot. We already have brown. We don't need to make brown. So if you mix all these colors, we're going to end up with messy watercolor that's brown, and the class that comes after you isn't going to be happy about that. And you're also not going to be happy with your artwork if you were trying to have these beautiful colors and you end up with just muddy brown. So for this project, we're just focusing on getting our watercolors nice and wet so that we can use them to paint. All right, watercolor demo over.